Hello, I'm EnterElysium, and I'm back with Avex, Shen, and Splattercat. We're back with Roll4It, the Shadowrun tabletop show where we all hijack boats, people, anything they can get their hands on, and most of it blows up. So hopefully, you're going to all enjoy tonight. We don't, unfortunately, have Stejo. Unfortunately, Caber is down a press event in the south of England. But we forgive him.
Press event's over now. He's just whining and dining and schmoozing.
And he didn't just come back immediately to...
I know.
I mean, he could be on a laptop right now. He's
Scrub
joining
Lord.
in.
Scrub Lord.
That's
He
just...
could at least call in. He could be our contact today.
Yeah, there we go.
Set us up to meet.
But yeah, welcome to
I'm
Roll4It.
not bitter at all that he's bloody whining and dining Square Enix and Capcom and bloody hell, it's a sod.
They should have sent us takeaway at least something.
I know.
But yeah,
Don't worry, he'll bring you back some plastic action figures. You'll be fine.
Yay!
that's what I've always wanted. But yeah, we're going to be playing some Shadowrun tabletop tonight. We're going to dive right in a minute. I will just firstly say that, of course, as per usual, if you want to help out the runners, you can tip. Tips help people free up their schedule and like not do work to be able to come here and play entertaining games for you, and also go towards things like our lovely art, which you can see over there, just past Avac's head. We actually have some of the art done now, so that is Caber. We're still waiting for the art to be finished, so it will eventually be finished, but for now, that's Caber, and he looks smarmy, Caberish. Yeah, very Caberish. $25 actually on already, which means that the team already have an extra dice to play with. Thank you very much to Black Swimmers for that. And then it's $25. It gets you an extra die, and then when you get to increments of, I think it's 200, 300, you get edge. And then you can refill edge, and that will help the runners not die, hopefully. That was also the most interesting cough I've ever heard. Sneeze.
It was a sneeze.
It's my stream-only sneeze.
So
I
when you
think
keep
Splatter
for
is
high
secretly a baby
society,
elephant.
it did actually sound like a trumpet. It was grand.
You can join the circus now. It just be the sort of... Why the circus? I was going to say like a band, and I went with circus. I was
Well, it could be like an elephant in a circus, though. That's kind of a barbaric and Dark Ages practice. Kind of showing your age there a little bit.
They're gonna stab me with the thingy, like in that Water for Elephants movie. I'm like, do the thing that I want. And the elephant's like, no.
That sounds like a really... I haven't seen that movie.
Oh
Water for
yeah,
elephants.
it's a romantic movie too,
Yeah.
about stabbing elephants and making them do what you want because they don't speak English.
It's not their fault they speak whatever language they do.
It turns
Yes,
out
it
the
is.
elephant spoke Polish. The elephant spoke
Wait,
Polish
what?
all along.
Polish elephants. Didn't you know?
Yep.
Coming
The
over
last
here, stealing
wild
our
herd.
elephant jobs.
Yep.
Wow.
There goes the English manufacturing sector.
Calm yourself, E.E. Trump.
We'll build a wall around the elephants.
Make elephants great
Make them
again.
pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why do I hang out with these people?
Anyway, we're going to dive straight into tonight. As always, if you want to give us tweets, praise, feedback, or random fan art, you can do so at Roll4It on Twitter. Just at Roll4It. It's pretty simple. We don't have to have like an underscore after our name like some people, so that's great.
Who would
but-
do that?
I know.
Gross.
So, like, ugh. But anyway, we're going to dive straight back into tonight, which takes place a week after your lovely last run, where you didn't blow up a boat in the end. You just escaped from it after dropping a grenade on top of it. A number of people actually asked about the fate of the boat. As far as you guys are aware, you're not really sure, but it doesn't really matter. The boat was fine. It's a catamaran. It's very hard to destroy a catamaran. Unless you literally ram it against the shore. It was far away from the shore, though. So, you had a quite successful run, got a really good payday. Pseudo turned up a few days later. I don't know if, Pseudo, you want to say anything to the group about that, or if you want to just...
I was on holiday in Wales. It was good. It was rainy. There wasn't too much sun. I didn't get eaten by a dragon. That's always a massive bonus when you visit Wales.
Mm-hmm.
And the people I went looking for that I briefly mentioned to you, suspiciously not there anymore.
Okay.
Some of them may have just moved on. I suspect most of them were eaten by a dragon, though.
Sounds like it's a dangerous
Logical
place to
conclusion.
go.
Yeah, remind me not to go to Wales. All I've
You know,
got
it's
is
on
an
the
AR.
it's on the flag. I mean, that should be a hint to anyone.
Yep. Come here, get eaten by dragon. Welcome.
Okay. So a few days later, about 11 a.m., Blowback, you get a call from an unknown contact on your comlink.
Okay, I pick up. Boy, Chummer, what's up?
Hey, I've got a job for you.
Who is this? Can I check the phone, or is it not? Is it coming through just like a number?
As you say this, the picture finally picks up, and in front of you is the picture of a very familiar troll.
Hey, what's going on, Tiny?
Not much. Listen. I need someone who's new, disconnected from the people around me, and I've got a job that I want you to do pretty soon. And I've got to ask a few people about it. And I don't want it to be anyone... And he looks a little bit around. As you see, he looks a little bit furtive, like he's just checking that no one comes in. You can see from the background that he's sitting in his office at the gym right now.
Oh, you remember that office Blowback?
Possibly does. Yeah, can I meet you somewhere?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Where do you want to meet up at?
Have you got a place in mind?
Can I use London knowledge to just sort of place out, like in Croydon or whatever?
Sure. What are you looking for? You're looking for a cafe, pub, corner street,
Yeah, pub's
alley,
fine.
warehouse? Pub's fine, okay. Then yeah, you probably know a couple of pubs around there. You want something not anywhere near Irish territory, don't you?
Yeah, and something popular with lots of people present and lots of witnesses.
How upmarket?
So when you do die, we know about it. And
So when he punches me in the side of the head when I walk through the door, lots of people, they won't be able to stop it because he's a huge troll, but at least they'll see it.
How upmarket do you want?
What was that?
How upmarket do you want?
Not super I just want it to be, you know, like a popular place that people go to. I just want to make sure there's other people there.
Okay, so unfortunately the area you're looking for is kind of mostly Irish territory, and I don't know if you want to go anywhere near Irish territory at the moment. You can if you want. It's not necessarily that they will instantly hunt you down and kill you, but it's, are you going to pick that, or are you going to pick a little bit further away?
Yeah, it could be further away. I don't want to be inside Irish territory all by my lonesome.
Okay, so the pub up at the edge of Islington in the East End that you know pretty well. You vaguely know at least one of the bouncers there through a friend of a friend, and you feel that's probably a reasonable pub. It's literally entitled the East End.
Okay. Tiny, I got this place called the East End. Can you get over there and meet me in like an hour?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, for sure, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. I'll see you, man.
Okay. And turns off.
Cool. This is not
I'm
good.
assuming that we're all basically split up in our own places at the moment, because we don't really have unless something drastic changed while I was away. We don't have like a central base of
Wait,
operations yet.
you're not still looking under Blowback's sink for drugs?
No.
Which, by the way, I found. Thanks for knocking a hole in my cabinet. I appreciate that.
If you found something there, it wasn't me.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the guy who was banging on my walls, walking all over my house looking suspicious.
That was some other
Looking
guy.
for drugs, not planting them.
All
It's
right,
like
well, I'm
a
not
little
going to
squirrel,
take...
you know.
I'm gonna take public transport over there in an hour because I think he may have seen the van. I don't know. We used the van for the job when we rigged the fight, and so I definitely don't want to take that over there. So I'll just take public transport. I'm not gonna bring any weapons with me. I don't think I'll need them. I'll just bring like, I don't know, like my little riot baton or whatever, my folding riot baton thingy. But that's about it.
What would you even shoot Tiny with?
It's not for him. It's just in case like any random thugs are around. I gotta regulate. Gotta maintain that street rep.
Okay, are you telling Pseudo and Pug about this?
No, I'm gonna keep it on the down low for right now.
Okay. So you head over there. You get there about midday. Seems perfectly fine. What's your lifestyle?
Middle.
Oh yeah, so you have a bus pass already. That's fine.
Where was Blowback going? Sorry.
He's headed to the meet that he hasn't told you about.
Yeah. But what area of London?
Sort of North Islington, Lower East End, just over into the East End from Islington.
Okay.
I'll bring up the actual map so that people at home can see.
Move yourself over to there, just for clarity, if you wouldn't mind, Blowback. If you could just pop yourself there on the map.
So I'm going to...
I imagine the place
Islington,
where...
there it is.
Yeah, it's being pinged.
Yay, it's pinged.
Yeah, so it's
We're actually all fairly close together. Okay.
there.
Ah, right. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, so that's basically where you're going for. It's reasonable in terms of gangs that run in the area. If you want to do a street knowledge Blowback.
Yeah, would London knowledge fill in for that?
London knowledge will, but again, as it's a sort of very generic one, it won't give you as detailed, and the thresholds will be higher.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think I have a street knowledge.
You know there's gangs nearby.
Yeah, I would figure.
No, I mean, that's the info that comes back.
You know there are gangs. You know they exist.
You are aware.
There are bad people.
It is known. Khaleesi.
It is known. Two successes. So you know there are a couple of gangs
I
in the
am
area.
apparently now Kiva.
Yeah, no, I'm having to adjust that because I didn't have time to adjust screen 2, sadly.
Thank you to everyone in chat who said Kiva got an upgrade to his looks. How's this done? Like that?
Yeah.
Very much love.
Can you do your greased hair all the way back, though?
No. I'm got enough hair. That's why it's hidden under a hat. Because it's all scraggly between short and long, and it's a terrible place.
Oh, I know the place.
Bad.
But yeah, no, you get there fine. You know that there are some gangs in the area. No major gang springs to mind. You know that vaguely there are some triads over towards Camden, and a couple of places in Islington, but there don't seem to be any gangs that you can really sort of stand out in your mind in the East End. At least none that you can think of.
Okay.
But you get there, and it's one of these pubs which kind of has the corner of a sort of where a road sort of gently narrowed, does sort of a 90-degree turn, and it's got that big sweeping corner block. 2 levels to the pub. Pretty decent pub, not like crazy upmarket or anything, but it's not one of these dives that, you know, the floors are always sticky or whatever. Like, it's actually like people clean the floor here. It's really upmarket.
Nice.
But yeah, you walk in and make me a perception check.
Okay.
You notice your feet don't stick to the floor.
God, so many windows. It takes me, like, whenever we do one of these, it takes me bare minimum, like, 30 minutes to just memorize where all my windows are hiding at.
At some point, I have to screenshot, like, how my monitors look when I do this, because I've got so many things. 1 success. Right, let me roll for... Okay, so you don't really see anyone that stands out. There's a couple of people hanging around at the bar in a big group. Looks like they're, I don't know, some sort of off-duty work thing or early bachelor's party or something. They're getting reasonably drunk for early in the day. Other than that, you see just a couple of people sitting around having beverages. There's a fairly sort of muscly orc in the corner who's eyeing you a little bit. But you pay it no heed. What are you going to do?
Do I see Tiny anywhere?
Not on the first floor. You can't really see the second floor.
Okay, let's go up to the second floor and I'll see if I can find him up there.
Okay, you get up to the second floor and you have a bit of a look around as you walk up there, and you can't really see anyone instantly, but as soon as you sort of walk a few steps away from the stairs, you hear a "over here" behind you. And you turn around and you see that the wall, like, that separates the stairs from the upper area, around it and behind the stairs, there's a table where currently a very familiar troll, Tiny, is sitting, kind of dwarfing this table with a tiny little cup of coffee, like dwarfed by this massive hand. I mean, not that I racist by saying dwarfed. This massive hand holding a tiny cup of coffee.
Alright. I give him a little wave, and then I walk over to the table and take a seat.
Hey, can I get you anything?
Oh, yeah, actually. If you wanted to get me just like a... I don't know. Any type of lager will do. Just something to wet my whistle while we talk.
He nods, and you see he does sort of a hand motion with his left hand. You notice that he's actually got a what looks like an AR glove on his left hand, so he's doing some sort of Matrix action. You presume that he's ordering it via the Matrix. And he sort of narrowly stares at you, and make me an insight roll. It's not insight, it's judge intentions, isn't it? Yeah, wrong system. Yeah, there's charisma and intuition.
I think there's actually like a... Let me see here. Yeah. Okay. Something bad's about to happen. I'm about to get abducted right at the front end of the episode. I know it.
This is what happens when you don't tell your friends that you're going off to meet someone who's known to be dangerous.
Boom! Lit it up.
Wow. Well done, dude.
He's up to something.
Okay, so he's a little bit tough to read. He's very much wary of you. But you also get the sense that, and it's very weird getting this sense of someone so ridiculously large. Like, this guy is larger than Pug. This guy probably weighs about the same, if not more than Pug, and Pug's augmented. As far as you know about Tiny, Tiny isn't augmented. But you get the feeling that he's wary / maybe slightly jumpy, maybe even slightly afraid. Not like fearful, but in a step beyond cautious. There is something that he is not sure about, and he's very much on edge. At the same time, he is cautious of you. He is certainly giving you... It's not a stink eye, but he's not sure where he stands with you. You see him furtively sort of flashing his eyes around every time someone sort of comes around a corner.
All right. What's going on, man? Picking up on that, I was like, you seem a little wary right now. You all right? You feeling okay?
Yeah. Just a few weird things going on.
What do you mean by weird?
I don't know, my business partner's been acting a bit strange recently, and a number of people at the gym have been, I don't know, just... And he kind of looks you dead in the eye and says, so what actually happened with that fight?
I'm not sure what you mean, what actually happened with the fight. But like more, what do you mean's going on with, what do you mean's going on with the people at the gym? They're acting strange?
Like, make me a deception roll.
This is gonna be a fun one.
I'll give you a +1 because you quickly in your acting just went straight over that and just nonchalantly went on to the next subject, so I'll give you a +1.
You guys want me to use the bonus dice, or you guys want me to...
Yes.
Already cracking at the bonus die. This is going to be good.
Oh, shit. It's going to be a rough day. Well, I got something.
And he got nothing. In fact, he glitched.
I critical glitched.
Critical glitched.
Does he break the chair? Does he break
We
the
don't need
table?
a face.
I told you guys, we got this.
He stares at you for quite some time in the eyes, and it feels like a long time. It's probably only been a few seconds, like maybe 5, 6, but it kind of feels like a very long time with a very large troll in front of you as a dwarf, who's
It's like
definitely
a bear
giving
looking
you this,
in your eye.
Yeah, like this double eye, like straight look into your face, and then goes, okay, I believe you. You seem like a decent sort.
Well done, you stood your ground. You stood your ground against the charging ape.
Yeah,
Run
yeah.
up a
Banged his
tree.
chest for a little bit and then wandered off. Well done.
But, I mean, that elf friend of yours, bit weird. But I believe you. Not sure about him, but I believe you.
If it makes you feel better, I ain't sure about him either.
He sincerely gets that straight away from you. Don't even need to roll. But
Oh man, I've missed this.
I did some asking around, and what you told me, you tend to do some freelance work too?
Yeah, a little here, a little there. I try, you know, I told you my story already, but since I got to London, I don't know, it's hard to come by work. I don't have like a great sin or anything like that, you know, so unfortunately, I got to take things up on the side. And so yeah, I do that kind of work.
Well, if you could look into my business associate, try and find out what's going on. at the gym, I'd be much appreciative.
Sure. You got any leads? You got anything that specifically you want me to look into, or? I mean, you said the people were acting weird. How were they acting weird?
I don't know. People would go missing for a little while and then they'd come back. People suddenly getting a lot better at things, changes in behavior. I mean, Large has been a little bit weird recently as well. I mean, he's still, you know, I still want to trust him and so on, but I noticed that, you know, just before the fight, about just over 20k went missing from our bank account that we use for the gym.
Yeah, that would definitely be suspicious. If you don't mind my asking, has there been anybody new hanging out at the gym, or is it just the same old crowd, or has there been anybody hanging around looking kind of suspicious, or... I mean, you know, I just kind of wondering if you just got to look.
Yeah, he kind of thinks back as you say that, and you see sort of gears turning in his head. He goes, well, I mean, there was an orc who was a bit down on his luck who came in recently. He said he wanted to help out and so on. He did, you know, donate a little bit to the gym.
I think I noticed him the last time I was in there, too. Is he wearing like a tracksuit, and he's kind of got a, I think I seen him standing around the door the last time I was there, talking to a couple of people, but yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay. So how far do you want this to go with this investigation?
Find out everything you can. I mean, I'm just very confused. I don't really know where I stand right now.
All right, man. We'll go ahead and give it a look. I'll keep your number on my phone, and I'll get back to you if I find anything. Do you have a key or anything to the gym that you wanted to give me so I can after hours look around, or, you know, set up a stakeout or anything like that?
Oh, and then in your AR you get a 4-digit code, 1926. You don't need to remember the code, provided you have the code. That's fine. Okay. That should get you into most doors in the gym.
All right, man. Thanks for sending that over. I will go ahead, and if I do any type of stakeout, or if I'm hanging out at the gym or anything like that, I'll give you advance notice. I'm not going to tell anybody else, but I'll let you know, just so, you know, if there's any security or anything you have going on there, that we don't end up with Lone Star sniffing around the place. I'm assuming you want to keep this internal.
He sort of nods and very furtively sort of looks at you and says, I don't know, I kind of feel that I'm being watched sometimes.
Okay. I mean... do you normally have a sixth sense about stuff like that? Like, I don't know, I get like a feeling when I'm being watched. So I can understand what you're saying. Either way, I'll look into it, man.
Okay. Unfortunately, with the 22 missing from the gym's bank account, I don't really have much money to pay you with. I mean, how can I help?
For now, just hang tight. It's alright, man. You gave me a shot back in the day, and you gave me that free lesson and everything, so I feel pretty good about this. I'll just take a look around. I'm not going to charge you. I'm kind of bored right now anyways. I don't have anything going on, so it's all good. I'll take care of it for now, and I'll just let you know. If it starts to get a little bit too hot and heavy, we'll worry about financing and stuff like that. But for right now, don't worry about it, man.
Very much. I really appreciate it. And your lager turns up.
Yeah, buddy. I said cheers, and I take a swig.
Okay, well, if you need me, you know how to contact me. I mean, don't do it too much, it might look suspicious or whatever, but if you have any questions, feel free.
Absolutely. I will do exactly that.
Okay, well, I'm gonna head out, and just make sure you don't exit, you know, until at least 5 minutes have passed.
Alright, man.
Don't
take it easy, Chummer.
Okay, thank you. And drinks his coffee with one, like, gulp. Just the entire cup's gone. It was untouched until this point, and then just heads downstairs.
I kind of remain in the booth, just sort of blankly staring at the wall for a second, just like, you know, crunching everything that's going on right now, just being like, damn, that just happened.
And as you're crunching that, a sort of 5'6" waitress with blonde hair kind of pulled back over one ear to reveal that she's got like an elf ear going on, goes up and sort of starts washing the table down in front of you and goes, is there anything else I can help you with, dear? Would you like another one? Would you like some food?
Oh, no, I'm all right. I'm going to get out of your hair in just a second. Feel free to clean up, do what you got to do. and then I finish my drink and I start to head outside.
Okay. You head outside. Sure. Make
All right.
me perception check.
Okay.
EE.exe has stopped responding.
He really wants him to notice whatever this is. He rolled a 1 on the way in, he's rolled another 1 on the way out. He's not going to see it.
Yeah, no. Oh, you're up to 3 die now, so you've got 2 left.
Do we really want to burn those on a perception check?
No. I'm just saying you literally just got them. I'm not saying you want to use them on perception check. I actually missed the perception kept being rolled, so I was waiting for it to be rolled, and I was like, thought that was the previous one because it was also a 1. But no. You go outside, you look around. So there's a small crowd moving around here and there. The stag party from inside seems to have moved outside and are out in the street, currently sort of debating where to go. Nothing really catches your eye beyond that.
Okay. All right, well, I hop back in the tube and I head home. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and get the other 2 on the phone real fast and kind of let them know what's going on. Ring, ring. I feel bad. You guys just chilling down there in those bottom boxes. Got to get you involved in the
Hello?
storyline.
Hello?
Moshi.
Yeah, the line activates, but I don't talk yet.
Okay.
All right, guys. So, weird thing just happened. Tiny called me, and I don't know. He's in a bad way. He had me meet him up at the East End for a drink, and I'm happy to say he's not really suspicious of me. He doesn't think I had anything to do with the fight, but I don't know. He wants me to do some surveillance stuff over at the gym because apparently Large has been acting strange, and it sounds like our buddy Bob has been stirring up some kind of trouble over there.
Wait, Bob? What's Tiny got on with Bob now?
Well, we saw him over there. I saw him over there anyways the last time I swung through, and it seemed like he was dealing or he was up to something at the gym. Tiny said that people at the gym have been acting strange lately, including Large. He said like a bunch of money's disappeared from the coffers. Like he said the books are looking ugly right now, and he said there's just like a bunch of random stuff going on that he's real suspicious of. Pug, we probably want to keep you out of this since you were in the fight, but we can have you doing legwork on the side. Basically, he knows your face. Pseudo, did Pug ever see... I'm sorry, Pseudo, did Tiny ever see you anywhere?
No, he didn't. But before we go anywhere with this, I thought you guys said that there was something dodgy with Tiny. I thought Tiny was the one that jacked up Caber.
Well, he did mess up Caber real good. He's definitely awakened, and he's definitely got a little bit of thug in him. But I don't know, he was different at the bar. He seemed real vulnerable. Seemed like a beat animal, basically. He's real jumpy, kind of nervous.
Did you get a chance to...
How was he able to contact you?
He had my number, actually. When I went to the gym and I got the membership, we had like a couple personal training sessions where he and I shooting the shit and throwing punches, and through that we exchanged numbers. I forgot that he had it until he rang me up today.
Okay.
Man, if he says there's weird finances at the gym, he's... You remember how much he was paying for that apartment he had?
Mm-hmm.
$85,000 a month?
It definitely seems like, he said that about 25 grand just disappeared from the books, and he said that was just in the last week, so if somebody's skimming over there, it may be going a little deeper, but...
He actually said that 25 grand disappeared about the time of the fight.
Oh, about the time of the fight. Okay. I addend my statement then. Amend my statement? So either way, he asked me to just take a look around the gym and see if there's anything suspicious going on. Pseudo, I don't know if you wanted to roll over there tonight. He gave me the access code so we can get in. I don't know if you can check tapes or, run any... They got a security system there, and they got some other stuff going on. So that seems like it's your kind of stuff, and then I can just take a look around with my general investigation.
Is this someone who parked the van?
No, we're not going to be taking the van. The van, I think he saw it because I think we loaded... I think he saw somebody get into the van, so we got to leave that. We just can't use it.
Well, you know me and Meat Space. We're not the best of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you feeling, man?
Well, long story. Long story. I'll fill you in when we've not got a job to do. But, okay, if you need me there, and if there's some security logs, cameras, that sort of thing to check out, then it sounds like you do. But we're going in quiet on this one, yeah? We're just going in to have a look.
Yeah, we're going in to have a look. We're supposed to be there. We have the key. He gave it to me so that I could investigate everything. And so we're supposed to be there. We don't have to, like, be super careful or anything like that. We're just kind of having a look at stuff.
Blowback. We always need to be super careful.
Well, yeah, given our line of employment, I agree. But you get what I mean. Like, there aren't people pointing guns at us while we're trying to infiltrate.
I'll be honest, from what you guys have told me, if this had been 2 weeks ago, I'd have been all up for this. But this feels whack.
You weren't there to see the look in this guy's eye. He's hurt right now. He's got that.
No, I wasn't, but there's been things that I've been looking up while I've been away. And Tiny's name has been coming up.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah, do tell, indeed.
It's probably a story for another time, but look, before I went away, there's a bounty on his head. A big
From
one.
who?
From the sort of people that we don't want to be dealing with. But
Criminal
it's a
or
big
corporate?
one. Corporate.
Huh. Did it say what for?
No. And it said a lot in not saying so. He's
So they
attached
want him...
to something bad. And
Is this a dead bounty, or is this like a bring him back to us bounty?
I imagine they'd be a bit happier if he was brought back unspoiled. Whether alive or dead, I'm not sure if that really matters in his case.
Huh. Thanks for letting us know, man. That's the kind of stuff that definitely... Oof. Maybe that's why he's looking so nervous and beat up right now.
There's lots of weird stuff going on right now. And all roads seem to lead back to Neonet. And this is something that I'm really getting... It's why I was all wired up when I got back. There's shit going on that I really got a bad feeling about. I mean, a really bad feeling about. This isn't just runner paranoia here.
Okay, so assuming your research needs to go further, maybe we find something at the gym that helps you fill in some gaps. You know, maybe we hit up an archive. We start digging around on a computer.
Something that I'm curious about. But again, if we're going over there, like I said, you've been told to go there by him, but that doesn't mean we're meant to be there, and it doesn't mean it isn't a trap.
Sure.
Just
sure,
laying
absolutely.
the cards on the table, so we're going into this eyes wide open.
Okay. Did you want to go over there tonight, or do you want to give it a day or so to cool off? And I told Tiny I would let him know if I was headed to the gym. You think I should nix that? Just kind of show up unannounced in the middle of the night?
If you've told him you're going to do it, it would seem more weird if you didn't all of a sudden. You said he seemed to trust you. How confident are you about that?
I'm pretty confident about it. When we were having our conversation, it looks like he's really, really, really looking for somebody to trust right now. I get the feeling that everything's falling apart on his end, and it seemed like he was pretty sincere. He doesn't like Caber at all, and he knows that I'm connected with Caber, but I played that off just as Caber being a sketchy dude, and, you know, he got me too. I don't trust him either, and so he laughed that off, and we seem to be all right.
Right, well, look. I believe you about him being a cornered animal. I believe you about him being really nervous about something, because people have just been disappearing. People who have no business not being where they are, or where they should have been. Something's going down, and I'm fairly certain that a couple of them know it's coming. Maybe he's worried about something. Honestly, I'm curious enough to be willing to do this. I mean, it would certainly help me if we could find anything in his files. I mean, what exactly did he give you authorization to go look at? Did he give you any security keys to archives or anything like that? Is there a host at the gym?
I would assume that's something you're going to have to dig up. I don't know anything about that technology stuff aside from, you know, physical engineering type shit, but
okay.
He gave me a key. He said he gave me a general key. I got the code right here. I forwarded it to Pseudo, And he said this should get me in just about everywhere in the gym, although he was a little reserved, so I don't think it opens everything, but it opens most things, is what he told me.
Okay. Very, cursory AR glance. Is there a host at the gym? Because I should be able to see that anywhere on the planet.
Yeah, and you can get to it. Effectively, the way hosts work for people, I don't know. They also work like websites in that you can just pop into them and be like, oh, what have you got going on here, etc. Yeah, they do have one. Yeah, you can access that if you want, and it'll give you like details of what times they're open, what classes they have, etc.
Is the key a mark? Is the key going to give me authorization to enter
no.
the host?
Okay. As soon as you enter the host, you do get one mark for free as effectively an access.
It's a public host, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
there might be a second host that you can't see, but from what you can tell by the host, and you get a mark as soon as you enter. It's a public host.
Okay. Can I very quickly then enter the host and see what devices and anything inside the host?
Sure. Inside the host, it gives you a list of all the different things they do, the different times, etc., and a number of devices attached. It does explain it's got a few security systems, etc., that are managed by a separate host to be for security reasons in this area, blah, blah, blah. And then it goes into a list of what it's got, and each individual machine, and it also has several drinks coolers and so on attached to the host.
Okay, so all of the security system that the host actually broadcasts, is it like actually a security host, as in, an outside
there
company? There
might be a second host that would be there that runs security, yeah.
Right, okay. Okay, well, I can see right now that as far as all of his electronics, I mean the mundane stuff, I could access it from here for all intents and purposes, but anything security-wise, it's either going to be on site or he's got something specific hooked up to that. Is he wanting you to look into that sort of thing? If so, you might be able to get a mark for his secure host for me. If you can do that, I can probably do most of the legwork literally from where I am right now.
Yeah, but it seemed like he was more... I could definitely hit him up and see if he's got that. But it seemed like he more wanted me to check out Bob. It seems like he's suspicious.
You could pan it that if you could have access to the security cameras and feeds and that sort of stuff, you could literally spy on Bob while he's there.
Absolutely. I was just... it seems like he's more focused on Bob himself. I just figured I'd let you know. It seems like he's suspicious that somebody... I don't know. We noticed that there was drugs in the water and stuff the last time we were there. We've got to assume that that's still going on right now. And so I think that's more towards... He said that people at the gym have had, like, behavioral issues. He said, like, they leave for a couple days and they come back completely different people, behaving erratically and just being kind of not who they were, including Large. That's the really interesting part, is that his partner is behaving really, really strangely, and that's what he's most concerned about from what I can tell. So anyway...
He's just concerned that the other people that he knows are acting strange, or is he concerned for himself?
Yeah, maybe he's getting paranoid.
It's a little bit of everything. I think his life right now is kind of on the downturn, and everything seems to be conspicuously and conveniently going wrong simultaneously, and so he's starting to wear that on his face a little bit.
If he's got a big bounty on his head from a corp, he could easily just be going a little bit nuts right now.
How much was the bounty for?
25k.
That's definitely sizable.
He's not the only one either. There's a list of them all connected. It looks like a runner group.
Who else was on the team? You got names?
Yeah, they don't really mean much to me right now. Well, Triple Z means something. We already know where he is. There was a Large as well. His business partner. And some guy named Pink. Don't know anything about this guy other than that he's a mage.
EE, would I be aware that was the mage's name when I went over with Caber?
You would.
I've got news on Pink, and I know who he is. He's a mage of some kind.
Yeah.
That was the...
Okay.
You remember our incident with the unicorn? I'm sure you... Well, anyways, when I took Caber over to pick up that new talisman from the Talismonger, the Talismonger...
Oh, the time you got... Yeah. You got pissed on.
The guy with the security unicorn that pisses on people is Pink. And he's definitely not all there.
I'm surprised that almost seems fitting.
Yeah, approach with caution. This guy is out of his damn mind. Whereas the others seem largely compos mentis. This guy, This guy is out of it, like seeing bubbles and unicorns and all kinds of rainbows and fairy dust and shit. This guy is not. Give him a wide berth because he's not stable.
Well, all of those are wanted. 25k each.
Whew. Comes out to a pretty large pot.
Yeah. We've already handed one of them away to the Vori.
What did we get for that one?
Not 25k.
Not 25k.
I bet they got 25k.
I don't know.
Cost
I
of
didn't
being
even
better
know any
connected,
of
I
this
suppose.
at the time, but Tiny, Large, Pink, and Triple Z, they were involved in something, and Neonet aren't happy with this. There were some
Okay.
labs destroyed, some stuff went down. I mean, the place is a black site now. I tried getting near there. No. I wouldn't be able to get near there if I had, well, maybe if I had unlimited resources, but probably not much shy of that.
Okay.
That place was as hot as the mouth of hell, and everything with this feels hot.
You think it's suspicious that 25,000 disappeared from the gym, and they all happen to have a 25,000 bounty on them? I find that to be it's weirdly coincidental.
When did that disappear from the gym again? Like, do you have
Around the
dates?
time of the fight, from what Tiny told me.
Tiny's exact words were a little over 20,000 went missing around the time of the fight.
Okay, a little over 20,000. I was
Yeah, but
rounding.
we don't have eidetic memory. Come on.
Yep, we're missing our face right now. Details are gonna get lost.
Well, I don't know. It doesn't seem the sort of thing that you could easily buy off. I don't think they could just buy their bounty off with Neonet. So, hey, here's your 25 grand. Now we're free. Yeah, everything's kosher. No, I think these people want them bad.
Should I talk to Tiny as though I know about the bounty to create like a firmer bond? Or should I just keep that on the down low? What do you guys think?
Oh,
I mean,
I think if
honestly-
you tell him that, he's going to give you a fist sandwich.
Honestly,
Well, no, if I let him know I'm not
I was gonna give him a
interested.
heads up ahead of time until you guys started sharing the story about K-Burn getting punched and him being suddenly weird and more aggressive. I don't know what we should do with this. It feels wrong. Honestly, as much as my curiosity is burning, there's a pretty big part of me, and I think it's my self-preservation instinct that's saying I should stay the hell away from anything to do with this. But yeah, maybe you could tell him about the bounty.
His reaction makes sense to Caber. His reaction to Caber makes sense now that I know about this, because he didn't know who Caber was working for and why he was trying to mind control him. He may have thought that he was from Neonet and was trying some kind of shenanigans, and that's why he was so vicious in the way that he dealt with him.
Could
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Now that we've
Call
got
him a
more
jackal.
pieces of the puzzle.
Sure, might be, but look, there's a lot of question marks with all of this, and people are doing strange things, and people are doing things that they shouldn't be able to do, like Triple Z is getting out after the amount of punishment we put into him, almost taking this out with a cannon. There's a lot of weirdness. So I think the normal rules of engagement no longer apply, but as far as what we have to work on, yeah, I think maybe you could use the fact you know about this bounty as a potential in, but it could easily scare him off. I mean, Pug doesn't seem to agree.
Yeah, I
think you're
wouldn't
both-
tell him.
I think you're both right about it. I think there's a proper moment where I could bring it up and let him know that I'm not interested in the bounty. But until that moment comes up, we're probably better served
Yeah,
keeping it on the down low.
fair enough.
So did you want to head over there tonight? Or do you want me to give him a call about the host?
Find out about the security measures. Maybe see if you can get access to the security host. If it's something he has access to, a couple of marks. I mean, the more the better. The more you have, the more I can do without us even having to go there. But yeah,
And I just love the way you put that forward. If he has access to it. Well, if he doesn't, then who?
Probably large.
Lots of people subcontract this sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not everyone can afford their own security host. Though, given the shenanigans with his money and his lifestyle, I wouldn't be too surprised. I don't know. Just putting.
All right, guys. I'll give you a call back once I figure out what we're doing here. You guys might want to look into Bob in your spare time and see what he's got going on. We know he's messing. Well, we don't know that he's messing with the water, but we know that the water was a cocktail of drugs over there. Just all kinds of crazy shit going on. If you guys don't have his number, I forward Bob's number to both of them. I don't know. We got to do some digging here. Pug, I would stay as far away from the gym as possible, but if you can figure out where Bob's at alternative locations, it might be worth it going and shaking him down and just intimidating him and seeing what he's got going on. It seems like he's on the up and up right now. I do think there's still things you can do off-site, but at the gym, it's just dynamite waiting to blow up in our faces.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Well, before you guys head, Pseudo, any chance you could see where Bob's been lately?
Sure, it'll take me a bit of time, but I can run a matrix search, see what I can dig up on his activities on the matrix recently. It'll be a few hours.
That's fine. I gotta take care of something, so you take the time you need and hit me back when you're done.
Sure. Okay. Right. Well, for this one, I'm going to be super cheesy, and I'm going to invoke Grok and have Grok do the data search, so I'm still free to do other things if I want to.
As a point of order for chat, because Pseudo spent most of the last week working on fixing weapons, one of his sprites is only at one service left.
No, I only said he would use 14. He had 20 to start with. He's got 6.
Okay, he's got 6 left.
Still won't use them.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'm going to hook myself back up to the medkit again and just take a reading. Out of character, that's what I was planning on doing while they were doing the other stuff. Is I'm still worried about this and nobody else knows. And so I wanted to just do like what should I do, medicine?
Yeah, you'll do a medicine roll.
You're slowly turning into a cyber zombie.
And then
well, glory be to the Necrons.
Can I do this as an extended test, or should I just do one test and that'll be good?
I guess because it is basically a blood filtration thing you're going for, you could do it as an extended test.
Okay.
Sure. I'll put a cap on how many times you can do it as an extended test, but yeah, you can do it, say, 3 times as an extended.
Whoa!
Nice.
Okay. Do you want to do it again? Oh, sorry, that's 3 times. Yeah, that's already 13 hits. Okay, 13 hits. The medkit returns and tells you that there's an unusually high amount of silicate and silicate-derived materials in your blood, and your iron level is particularly high, but nothing dangerous. And it can't find anything untoward.
It doesn't see any foreign bodies or anything?
Not that it says.
Stack overflow.
Ugh, out of character. That's a rough one because, like, I want to go to a hospital and get fully checked out, but you don't know who it's going to ping if that comes through the hospital. I'm not trying to get 25,000. Yeah, I'm not trying to get 25,000 put on me, too. Right now, I'm off the grid.
Did you have, like, a street doc or somebody who could at least look it up for you? Like, anonymously?
I got a veterinarian.
I don't know if they can do that.
How good is your veterinarian?
I'm gonna make a roll for Grok.
Sure.
The initial roll on the search and just lay down the parameters for the search. I'm looking for matrix activity associated with the number of the comm link that I was given, because just saying Bob would mean nothing. So using the specific comm link that I've got, I'm looking for matrix activity, recent matrix activity, so within the last, 2 weeks.
Okay, I mean, with that number itself, you could directly go and hack the comm link if you wanted. I'm
gonna be
okay.
quiet first and just work around the problem.
There's probably going to be less results from this because it's hard to find publicly available information that's just includes a list of comm links that have hit these numbers. But yeah, you could do that. Um,
Okay, that's the first roll. 5. Do you want me to keep rolling for a while, or we can do it every hour sort of thing?
well, you can do it every hour. You lose a dice. It depends until you want to stop, effectively. I don't know if the group is going to do something now that's going to take several hours, or whether they're... So what's the group up to?
I'm just waiting for info on Bob.
Okay. You waiting for Sudo's information, or are you going to go in or do something now? You're going to wait on Sudo. Okay.
Well, I can't really go to the gym, and that's the only place I know where Bob's going to be.
Okay, sure. Right. So, yeah, effectively, you can spend the rest of the day rolling and negating one until you're happy with the number of hits you've got then.
Okay then.
Twelve hits. Uh, 18 hits. 26 hits.
Damn.
Grok is very good at the jobs that he's got.
32
That's where
hits?
we'll stop there. 32.
Okay. So a few hours later, it's probably getting towards 6-ish by now. Grok comes back and sort of wordlessly hands you this massive sort of dossier, which just, as soon as you grab it, downloads onto your comlink, being a virtual item. And you get a list of a number of different nodes that have had people enter and keep public access logs, in addition to a couple of nodes that have been hacked recently and had the access logs distributed over the internet.
Cool.
Ones that wouldn't normally be public, but...
Yay, Shadow Community.
Nobody would ever do that. No.
Yay, Shadow Community.
So yeah, you get a load of details in the last few weeks of where his comlink has been. There's nothing that really stands out initially. If you want to make effectively it would be a data processing test on your end to go through it and just sort of see if anything pops out. You've got the raw data now.
Data processing, that would be my logic. So it's literally just a logic thing for me then.
Yeah, effectively it would be logic plus... Where's my cheat sheet? It would be computer plus intuition data processing. Actually,
limited by my data
it would be a
processing.
matrix search through the information you already have.
Okay. That's actually fairly simple. Let me just double check my computer skill. Okay, that's nice and easy. That's 10d6. My computer skill is 5. My intuition is 5. No bonus dice?
You've got a lot of good data. I'll give you +3.
Cool. Thank you very much. And the limit is my data processing, yeah?
Yeah.
I hit my limit.
Okay.
Exactly, actually.
So basically you can keep doing this extended test if you want, but on 5 successes, you do get a few things that just pop out. Like you notice that there's like a couple of street vendors nearby that have had the comlink attached to be able to take payments for food that are near the gym. There's a few near Lambeth, particularly Lambeth 16. There's a lot of information going on around there. You just find grouping these on a map. It does appear that Bob is probably still operating out of Lambeth 16, or at least that is where his primary base is. If you can keep rolling every hour if you want to get more information, just dropping a dice.
Sure, I'll do that.
You didn't find the screenplay that Bob's been working on?
Screenplay.
Yeah, of course. Every orc has
He's
a
quite a
hobby like that.
thespian, Bob. Well known.
It's a love story between an elf and an orc. Come on now, don't deny him his dream.
Okay.
You do
I'm not
find-
sure I want to go there.
You do find that he's put some money into a recording studio, a small startup based out of one of the Lambeth blocks, Lambeth 2, called Sick Beats with a Z, of course. In addition, you do find a load more information that he's actually now mobile. He's got some form of transportation, judging by the speed at which his comlink is hitting different nodes as it goes down certain areas of London. It looks like, judging from what you can pick off some like traffic cameras nearby later on, that it is a van. You're not sure exactly. It's kind of a fuzzy black and white picture that you managed to get of it, but it's sort of a van that looks almost like a plumbing van or some sort of DIY van. You don't get a particularly great look at it. Beyond that, you get the information that he's basically operating kind of all over the place at the moment, stepping on a lot of people's turf that you would otherwise expect him not to be on.
Any turf that would be of specific interest to me?
How much do you know about gangs in London?
Only the ones that we've really encountered ourselves.
Okay, you'd probably suspect that he's maybe being on the turf of the Irish, and that he's particularly, from his starting location, already on the turf of some of the ore control gangs in the area. And of course, he's probably pissing off the Yardies, but they're very much more disparate.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
While this is going on, I message Pug and I ask him if his weapons contact can line me up with a fly spy, an MCT fly spy. Little drone guy. I'm going to be doing observations, so I feel like it'll be helpful.
Would a connection for Fixer have that? I don't know.
Let me look it up. What page is it?
It's the last page. Like, it's like the last gear page of the main book.
MCT Fly Spy, availability 8.
Connection 4 Fixer will probably have it. It might take them a bit of time, and it might be more
like it's not
expensive,
restricted in any way, so they can procure it. It just might take a little bit of time. They won't necessarily have one on them at availability 8.
Is that what? Could I go to a store and buy that at availability 8, like a drone store?
Sure, but the problem is if you go to a store, they'll check your SIN, and they may want legit credit depending on where it is, and it probably comes with a load of tags and stuff installed for the manufacturer to, see how you use it and get metadata.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can do that. That is an option, but
it's just a shitty idea.
Pretty much. But yeah, Pseudo with another 5 successes. You're starting to get sort of the limit of what you can get from that data. It is effectively just a list of where his comm code has been. But you do find that there are a number of people that he has called who also happen to hang out around the gym, and you manage to get sort of the data that he has some contacts in the area. You do get 2 names off of this. Also, I believe we've just got tipped up to the stage of loads of die now. I'll actually have to count this out in a second. And you're just shy of having a point of edge for the night. People think you really need the help.
I want to encourage everyone.
We gotta have people.
And here I am maxing out my limit with my successes all the time.
Maybe people believe in you. Maybe they don't believe in someone else. I don't know. But right, there you get 2 names. Let me just
people have no faith.
People need more faith. It's true. Like people said last week, you were going to die.
To be fair, we tried really hard to die. We did our best. I smacked into the side of the boat for the endeavor. I tried.
Ben Ward and Talayla Jones.
Talayla?
How do you spell Talayla?
Layla, no T.
Oh, Layla. Okay. These are particularly interesting contacts that he had, like perhaps people that he's in
They
contact
are people
with
who
a lot.
definitely hang around the gym a lot, and do also have memberships there.
Okay. Right, well, I'm done with my looking. Judging by the amount of rolls I've had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Probably about 9
7,
p.m.
8. Yeah, it's been 8 hours from
Yeah.
whenever it started. So 9 p.m. you said, yeah?
Yeah, just after 9 then.
Okay.
So
Right, I'm going to pass along some info over to Blowback. It's just going to be a quick text message, just literally a rundown of the information that I had. So in bullet point form,
You've got
lots of
5 extra
activity.
die.
Wow, thank you very much.
Wow.
Lots of activity near Lambeth 16. Has invested into recording studio near Lambeth 2.
And the point of edge.
quotes, Sick beats. Is mobile, has van, moving around all over the place. Has dealings in Irish territory, also all control gangs in the Lambeth containment zone. In contact with lots of people at the gym, specifically Ben Ward, Layla Jones. Can you get detailed member info from Tiny?
Absolutely. I send back. So it sounds like it's time for me to call Tiny.
Okay.
I'm gonna ring up Tiny
a few times. Rings a few times more. Then goes, "Hi, you've reached Tiny's voicemail. If you could leave me a message, I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. I'm dreadfully sorry." Boop.
Hey, Tiny. This is Blowback. I just needed some information on a guy named Ben Ward and Talayla Johnson. If you've got membership information on them, that'll be fine. They keep coming up in some of the information that we're running in our investigation. Additionally, my Decker would like to have access to your host over at the gym so that we can actually do like all-out observation on the place when we need to do it. And don't be alarmed if you see, any sort of observational objects in the area. It's us. So don't worry about it, all right? If you could hit me back with that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. We need all that stuff in order to continue moving along. And so I'll hear from you when I hear from you, all right?
Okay.
Suddenly she became Talayla again. Pseudo, can I ask you just real quick to take a look at some of that data and see if you can find out when Bob's comm has been by the Lambeth 2, by that recording studio? Because that'd probably be a good place to hit him up rather than at the gym.
I should have date stamps on that data, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of yours has date stamps.
Yeah. What was the time? So I can pass it back on.
So when was this time? Which one are you looking for?
Lambeth 2, when he's been the recording studio in Lambeth 2.
A couple of times in the last 2 weeks. Both of them have been on Thursdays at just before lunchtime, about 12:30, 12:52.
Okay. I pass that information along. Back to Pug.
Hey, sounds like a date. How rough should I get with good old Bob? Just a little, just a fist to the face would be good, you think?
You might not want to start out rough, but I mean, if I remember anything about Bob, is that he didn't really give a shit. He was too high. I mean, it could be different now. He seems mostly clean, but I don't know.
Well, if he's dealing now, he's probably not taking as much himself.
Yeah. But, I mean, you're the best judge of when to lean on people.
I'll do my best to keep him in one piece. I wouldn't want to have him stop showing up at the gym. That'd be really suspicious.
Yeah.
Blowback, you get a call back from Tiny.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Blowback. I just got your message.
Hey, I'm glad. So do you have access to that stuff?
Yeah, sure. I mean, just be careful with it, right? We don't tend to hand out Uncilis most of the time. He sends you over a full itinerary of people at the gym and who have got memberships.
Okay. And then with regards to your security host, do you have access to allowing us to jump on there? Or is that done through a subcontractor, or how does that work? Because we'd love to do some electronic observation of the place too. I don't know anything about this, it's just my Decker was asking about it.
I'm afraid we recently upgraded it about a few weeks ago, and I'm afraid Large is in charge of that side of things.
Okay, do you think he would have a problem with us using the security, or do you just want to keep that eye? Obviously, you probably don't want him to know about the investigation, but I don't know if you have any excuses you could use to get the information from him, then pass it on to me. It'd be appreciated.
I can try, but it might look a little bit suspicious, and I was trying to avoid raising anything, that he might notice.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, use your discretion. If it comes up and you feel like you've got a good spot to ask for it, it'd be appreciated, but if it feels like it'd be too hot, just use your discretion. It's cool. I trust you.
Thank you. Let me
Yeah,
know
no problem,
how
man.
your friend is doing. It was very helpful that you stepped in to, help with the fight at the last moment.
Yeah. I will get back to you once we got more on the investigation, all right?
Okay. We also now have another point of refreshed edge.
Wow.
Damn.
People really don't believe in you guys.
Their faith knows no bounds.
All
so
of
what?
the edge.
What day of the week is it? If I'm planning a little
Wednesday.
get together with Bob, so tomorrow morning. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to do anything more tonight?
I sent a message over to Pug that says, tread carefully. Tiny knows you and I are connected, so you and I have to stay like the two poles of a goddamn magnet as far the hell away from each other. Just think of us as repelling one another for a little while. We can't... He knows we're connected in some way or another.
How?
I have no idea. I would assume that if this guy is running against Neonet in bigger places, he's got connections and legwork going on too, just like we do.
That's true. He used to be a runner.
Made my heart drop a little bit once I realized it. It took me a little bit to maintain composure. But yeah, he knows we're connected, so let's just stay apart for right now.
He's not jealous about the fight, is he?
Well, he knows that you're my friend and that you stepped in to help out with the fight. I don't know if he knows it was all arranged on behalf of Raj or anybody else just yet, but he knows you and I are connected, and he knows I had something to do with you jumping in with the fight, or just that you and I are friends and that you happen to be there. He knows something's going on with you and I, and so I don't know, man. Just be careful.
I'll do my best. Did you get any idea of how close he is to Bob? Like, as soon as you showed up at the gym, he seemed to hit it off with you instantly. You think he did the same thing when Bob showed up?
I'm not entirely too sure. After I found out about the connection that he knew about the connection between you and I was really just trying to get out of the conversation as quickly as possible without saying something stupid. I don't know. Bob seems like he's a hang-around over there. Can I check the manifest to see if Bob's name is on there? I mean, it would be Bob something. We don't know his last name or whatever. But do they have anybody with his picture on file on the manifest that Tiny gave me?
Sure, you can look through that, and you do notice that there's a Bob Glover on there.
Okay,
and the picture does vaguely match, yeah.
Alright, yeah, he's calling himself Bob Glover right now. I forwarded the information that he gave the gym to Pug and Pseudo both at the same time. And I said, he's on the manifest of the gym, so he's paying dues over there. Here's all his personal information in case it helps out with what you got going on. But he didn't really mention Bob specifically. He said that there was an orc acting oddly around there. And I said, yeah, I think I know the guy because I saw him when I was there a couple times. But I don't know if he knows anything deeper than just like there's this suspicious orc with a gold tooth that's been hanging around.
I'm looking through the member list. How much detail is on this thing?
It's got...
Specifically, I'm looking at Ben Ward and Leela Jones.
You can't find them on the member list.
I can't find them.
No.
Okay.